What up, kids? JFingers. It's a lovely, lovely day. It looks incredible outside. I was thinking about leaving, but I don't think I'm going anywhere. I think I'm gonna stay indoors today. Even though I did pledge to leave and go outside every day now that I can get around and shit. But, I'll be starting work in a few hours and I just don't feel like getting ready and leaving and going somewhere and then, have to turn around and come all the way back and then get ready for work and then do work all day. So, I don't know. I might stand outside and just get a little fresh air and bring it back to the apartment. Yeah, I just, Los Angeles is open. And I'm sure wherever you are, you're pretty much open now. We're at the beginning of June and a lot of states have reopened. They've relaxed their stay at home mandates. And we're also still in the midst of protests. I think that wave of just kind of the initial protests have taken place. There are still continuing protests and I'm very happy about that. But the initial wave has taken place and so people are out. People are no longer staying in their homes. They're out. And while I'm very happy that people are protesting, it's still just very troubling to me because COVID-19 is still here. And the thing is, you're starting to see the surge in infections in a lot of places that opened up around Memorial Day weekend. Now we're starting to see the effects of that. And, in about 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're going to see the effects of all these people who went out and, were protesting. And look, I saw something. I saw one person on the news. They were just like, yeah, we've got 2 viruses to deal with. And I'd rather expose myself to one virus in order to eradicate the other. Meaning, they were willing to take the chance of getting infected with COVID-19 in order to fight against racism and police brutality and inequality, systemic racism. And you gotta hand it, you gotta hand it to them, you got to that's commendable. But I'm a realist and the reality is we are going to see a rise in infections. It's just what it is. I know the World Health Organization, they have released some findings that say something along the lines of asymptomatic spread. They believe that asymptomatic spread is rare. Not that it can't happen, but they believe people who are asymptomatic aren't the ones spreading the virus. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, they are the World Health Organization. They're far more qualified to speak on this than I am. You think about how quickly and how far this spread, and it's just was it really spread just by symptomatic people? And given that the symptoms can be anything, so I am still not comfortable with being part of the world yet. As I saw online, the rest of the world is opening up. That does not mean that I am opening up. We are waiting around for vaccine or treatment. That means that, I will probably be a hermit or I'll be living real hermit-ish for the next several months to a year. It is what it is. I see y'all too, boy. Everybody going out for brunch and shit. Y'all hanging out with friends and shit. Man, I wish I was that brave, because I'm not. Homeboy hit me up the other day, was just like, yo, Jay, I'm in town. I'm just like, good. I'm still socially distancing. I prefer the term physically distancing, but guess what? It's socially distancing too, because I'm not going to be social until we get this shit at least somewhat under control. And I guess what really, really kind of worries me is that California was doing relatively well in the beginning. I mean, sure, we had high number of infections and everything, especially here in LA County. We were the epicenter of California. But I think that the general consensus was that we were doing relatively well. The problem is our numbers didn't go down. They just kind of plateaued. And that was just troubling to me because it's just holy shit, we're not making any kind of progress. You look at a place like New York. New York was hit hard and then you saw the numbers go down. Seriously go down. And we didn't really see that here in California or in Los Angeles. So I'm just like, what the fuck? So that's what has me worried, is that we don't have this under control. And I get it. I understand that we want to jumpstart the economy. People need to work and everything like that. Oh no, I read a report that said even the efforts to jumpstart the economy aren't going to be as fantastic as people might believe. It's not gonna kick in right away. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There was this whole like 5 or 6 phase plan for California, and I think now we're at phase 3 after being at phase 2 for like 2 days or some crazy shit. It's just really concerning. It's just really, for me, it's just really concerning. I just feel like we are opening up way too soon, and I get it, I understand. People need to work. People are sick of being trapped in the fucking house. I understand all of it, but you know what I understand even more? My desire to live a healthy life. There was a meme that I saw last night that was just like, oh, you're gonna stay in the house until, it was like a chart. You're gonna stay in the house until there's a vaccine. You're gonna wait a year or 2. You're never gonna come outside. And so it had like kind of like diverging paths. So it's just like, if you chose yes as the answer to that question, then it's just like, then you won't get COVID. You won't get COVID-19. But if you chose no, then it was just like, then you're gonna get COVID-19. And the chances that it will be mild to moderate is about 80%. And then it just kind of diverged into like all sorts of other things. You know, it's just like, are you in this age group? Well, then your chances of succumbing to it are like 0.01 or like whatever. They broke it all down. But the thing is, it just read as very selfish to me because, I mean, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to experience it. I don't give a damn if mild, moderate symptoms or whatever. But you also have to think is that it's a very infectious disease. You get it, you can pass it on to someone else, and you won't know right away because of the incubation period. So, you asymptomatic, symptomatic, whatever the fuck. Like the chance of like passing this on, and yeah, sure, people are wearing masks, and they say that, the mask helps somewhat, but not entirely. But it's just like, folks can't even wear the mask right. Like, I'm horrified when I step out of the apartment and I see people wearing masks, and the masks are like right here. Or shit, man, they're just around their neck. They're just wearing the mask around why? Might as well not even put the motherfucker on. What are you doing? I'll say this, you want to call me a scared little bitch, and I'll be that. I'll be a scared little bitch. But I am not trying to be out in the world just yet. It's just too soon. It's just too soon. Just gonna try to manage this as best as I can. I certainly hope that you are doing the same. If you have to go out into the world, please, please, please be as safe as you can. Follow the recommended guidelines. Wear a mask, wash your hands. If you can't wash your hands, use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Stay away from people as much as you can. Socially distance. Do the whole 6 feet thing. That's all I got. Be good to yourselves. I love y'all. I mean that. Be cool.